what is up? It's Lamani coming to you with another My NBA 2K16 video. And it is Tuesday, so that means it is time for another Q&A session. Before I get into it, going into my inbox, it is completely full. It's taking a minute to load, but it is completely full. So that means 50 inboxes. I did accidentally open one of them, so one of them has been opened, but it is 50 inboxes deep. So, couple things. It's going to be a really long video because of that. And there's maintenance in an hour and a half, so fingers crossed that I get it done in time. That's beside the point. So because it's 50, instead of just putting a DDP at the end, which for those of you who don't know is a Diddy dance party, which is Preston doing 5 different dances for approximately 5 seconds apiece. Instead of just putting 2 at the end, I have 5 DDPs recorded, and I will just 2 of them will be combined though, and I will use them intermittently throughout the video to break up the questions. So there will be 3 commercial breaks basically of just Diddy dancing to break up everything. And then in the description, I will list the videos that are going to be happening, in each segment. So which ones happen in the first segment, the second, the third, the fourth, and fifth segments. So that'll make it easier to find your question if you asked a question. On top of that, because I am getting 50, scrolling through a lot of people have asked multiple questions, or at least have multiple inboxes, like Wil KJ, Simona, E-Man, Sneaky, Jabros, who else? Nate has 4, Water, and Swag both have 2. So moving forward, everybody is limited to 1 inbox to give everyone a chance to get into my inbox. So we're just going to limit everyone to 1 inbox per video. So, if you have more than 1, I will open them both, and I will decide which ones to keep or delete. So send them at your own risk after 1. It won't be a, live reaction, which has gotten some concern. But the thing about a live reaction in a recorded video is if it is an inappropriate thing or something that cannot be aired in the video, it will just be edited out. So, keep that in mind. And someone was taken out of the video because they are not allowed to ask questions anymore, if you remember from the last video. So that person asked 3 questions, they all got deleted, and we're just moving on. We are jumping into the questions now. So we're starting with Wil, who sent this last Tuesday, or whatever the day that I sent that the video actually went out, so Wednesday. He was excited about this question, so it should be interesting. That vid was cute. We still on for tonight? Oh god. Were we on? I think I stood him up. I tend to do that with Wil. He's pretty needy and naggy. So it pays to just ditch him every once in a while, keep him waiting. It makes him want me more. So keep that in mind if you're trying to get Wil's attention. So stupid. All right, Jake. Thumbs up. Nice lineup, bud. Appreciate it. Let's look at yours. See, look at that. He's got a top 9 of playoff pros. So he's doing good things. His team's getting good agent, it looks like, because it starts tonight at 8 p.m. EST. So, good for him on a decent team. And his lineup is, oh god, it's going to be annoying. It's good too, but I appreciate it. I did work hard on my lineup, so that is much appreciated. Sorry about the last comment. Oh, this is the guy that put his Twitter and asked for followers. Didn't know you was going to do a Q&A, but I like your vids and the way you help people out that are new. Oh, appreciate it. Yeah, this is now a new segment. Q&A videos every Tuesday. All is forgiven, I probably overreacted. I think he put his Twitter and I said, don't follow him. Or no, I didn't go that far, but whatever. It's all good. I'm glad you like the videos. like all the support. And it's my pleasure to help out new people just learning the game. I'm in the same boat pretty much in NHL, so I know where they are coming from. And it was me, not too long ago figuring out the game as well. So it's no big deal helping people out. So put me in one of your vids, and also Yao Ming. So I mean, this guy looks like he's gonna be a fan of Diddy right off the bat. Loving Yao Ming. Obviously, you're in this video, so you got your wish, big homie. Way to get into a video. Definitely, like I said, this is the way to get into a video. If you want to be in a video, you'll be in one every Tuesday if you send me an inbox. So, there's that. Okay, Wales. I'm expecting this. He asked a question last vid, and I really need the answer. I need to know the real answer to this. Next time Tony goes swimming, I'm going to have my homie from Fremont. Sorry. Yeah, I appreciate it, Wales. I don't know if he wants to eat garbage though. That was probably too far on my part right there, but I appreciate it. All right, is this the for real? Your vids are good. I like watching them way better than Tom. Appreciate it, Wales. Appreciate it. I don't know if I'm better than anybody, but I appreciate all the support I get. It's just making videos. It's not too complicated. Nobody's like doing anything crazy in these videos, but I try to give you, as much original stuff as I can think of. So it is appreciated that you do like it. And I'll do my best to keep on giving it to you. So we're gonna go like another like 6 more. Row. Are you ever gonna do a face cam? Maybe. I don't know how to set it up. Would be one of the main issues with doing it. Just like I use iMovie to do these videos, and like I put a background and then I attach my video, like this video that I'm recording, to that background, and I don't think I can attach something else to it. So I don't know how it would work, basically is what I'm saying. And once I get something down, I just want to keep doing it the same way because I know I can do it that way. And I don't know if I can do it a different way. But if someone wants to tell me how to do that, I will try it, I guess is what I'm saying. I'll at least try it, yeah. I mean, I'm not opposed to doing a face cam. I just don't really know how to do it the best way, I guess. But all right, moving on. King Mayo. How do you get wild cards from the draft board? Luck. Pure luck. Each draft board has 2 extra cards on it. So that means it has either 2 abilities to, like, okay, it has 2 extras, and an extra is one of, like an ability, a spec upgrade, a level up card, a wild card. During events, hot streaks are an extra. Veteran contracts and rookie contracts, and then during good agent star contracts are an extra 2. So each board will have 2 of any of those, and you just got to get lucky, basically. Once you get 2 extras from one board, you will know that you will not get one from that board because there's only 2 per board, and then obviously that resets when you draw a rare or higher. And then you go right back, and then there's 2 more on each new board. So, I mean, you can keep that in mind, but drafting wilds is pure luck unless you have a hat that has a W on it, which apparently means, insanely good luck with wilds, and you will draft one almost immediately. I mean, just ask Diddy about that. His luck with wearing W hats is pretty insane when it comes to wild card pulls. All right, moving on to some more. Let's get it. Oh, God, eyes. I want to be YouTube famous. Then you're on the wrong channel. We're a YouTube starter right here. But I want to be. I guess I want to be YouTube famous. I mean, hey, who doesn't want to be YouTube famous? I guess it's a step in the right direction. Some more. You're already Camcore famous because of Diddy, so keep it up. And I mean, I follow him on Twitter now. He made a big deal about that. I followed like 6 new people the other day. He was one of them. He is a good follow on Twitter. I don't know his Twitter, but it's a good follow. You should follow him. Find him, follow him, and yeah. Sub to him on Camcord, even though I don't think he streams, but do it anyway. I mean, why not, right? All right, we're gonna stop this this segment at J. So 3 more inboxes, or 3 more people, but a bunch more inboxes. Hi, upload more Mini-Me, please. Well, I uploaded one yesterday. Mini-Me takes a break really during Road to the Championship still because I am not playing him. So if I'm not using the account, there's really nothing to update, so I don't really put out a video. It would just be like, hey, look, same as it was 3 days ago, same as it was yesterday, or whatever. So in my opinion, there wasn't really a point to be putting out videos, but the one yesterday did show him breaking into playoff tier. Got a playoff freebie support card. What else? My top 25 is now Legend Plus Plus for Road to the Championship. And I'm eligible to be in a star season, even though I have never played one. So that's kind of a mini-me update if you didn't watch the video. There it is. But definitely more mini-me videos coming in the future. I mean, as I play it, I'll put videos out. Just when I'm not playing, there's no really need to put out a new video. All right, so we're actually gonna stop this after KJ because he has 3 different ones. I subscribe to your chan number 1. Hey Lamani, just wanted to say, even though I just started playing this game, I'm a big fan and watch all your videos. I'm just gonna read all of his messages before I respond. Hi again, I just wanted to ask you, since I'm new to this game and a fan, could you make an educational video? Any tips? I might have already done that. I don't know. If you haven't watched I think it's episode 7 of Mini Me, is just the basics of the game. I go over a bunch of different stuff in that video. Hopefully that helps you. If it doesn't, just comment in that video any questions you have, and I will be happy to answer them. But, it's just like a broad thing. I can't really think of like a single tip right now that would help. Besides, the biggest thing, in my opinion, for a new player is to play Rivals Clash. Just play Rivals Clash. Other than that, check out my basics video, which is episode 7 of Mini-Me, I'm pretty sure. And there will be tips. Oh, I was supposed to read this now. Well, whatever, we'll read it now. Video for me, and post to your channel to help me in any way. Any tips or help I would deeply appreciate. Okay, so I was kind of already saying that. The basics video is definitely the one I would check out. I think it will help. If you have any questions other than that, just feel free to ask. I'm happy to answer any questions. Asking in the Q&A video will get it answered every Tuesday, but if you need something answered quicker than that, feel free to tweet me at Lamani YouTube or hit me up in the comment section. I don't respond to all of them, but I do read them most of the time. So yeah, definitely Twitter or a comment on a video will get an answer sooner. If you want to be on a video, though, this is the way to do it, and you get it answered on Tuesday like today. So I definitely appreciate you being a subscriber. And yeah, all right. So with that question answered, we are going to jump into our first Diddy dance party of the video. Hope you enjoy. All right, we're back from the first Diddy Dance Party, and we are ready to start answering questions again. Now, this segment is starting off with Jay. Before I start answering questions, the Diddy Dance Parties are 5 dances. So, in the description, I will list the 5 dance moves that Diddy is trying to attempt in each DDP. In the description, I'll let you all know so you all can judge his dancing. All right, back to the questions. Love. When are we getting married? You belong to Jimmy, so that little Asian's gonna marry you probably next December, is what I'm hearing. But I'm not sure. So stupid. Or you can marry Will. Both options. Simona, just saying, tight ends are better than wide receivers. No. All right. First of all, no. Completely different. Now, there are some beast tight ends in the NFL, what we're talking about. Obviously Gronk, but if you're doing fantasy, look out for Tyler Eifert. That is my tight end in my keeper league. I got him last year, doing big things in Cincinnati. Definitely respect tight ends. They're all bigger bodies, slower, but they can block better. But I mean, come on, wide receivers are where it's at. Star-studded wide receivers. Just so many, too many to name. Can't make a top 10. Too much controversy. They're just loaded wide receivers. But I respect tight ends. I mean, hey, we're on offense. I mean, we got to stick together. We just don't like the defense. Come on, you know this. Can I get a second playoff card in a road to the championship with 9 playoff pros and 6? Yeah, easily. What? Yeah. With 9 and 6, you can get the last card, to be honest. I'm pretty sure. I mean, you can technically beat road to the championship with 8 playoff cards. So keep that in mind. With 8 playoff cards and 5 playoff stars, you should be able to beat road to the championship. Now with 9 and 6, that just makes it easier. But yeah, you can easily do it. Just do the 3-2 method. If you don't know what that is, I've said it in other videos, but I'm not going to get into it now. If you don't know what it is, just comment and I will answer it. But got to keep moving on to your next. Should women be required to register to selective service? That's a tough question. I mean, God. I mean, hey, equality is equality, right? They're equal to us, so then why wouldn't they, right? I mean, you're trying to get me in trouble with this type of stuff. Equal rights. All right. I'm gonna say, yeah, why not? And I mean, that whole thing is just, they want. I don't want to get in trouble, but they want equal rights in some stuff, but not others. They just want to be treated how they want to be treated, and we'll just leave it at that. But yeah, sure, why not? They should have to, right? Why not? All right. Oh God, Jimmy, Jimmy, so stupid. Have you ever had an undefeated season? Nice Viz. I actually have not ever had an undefeated season. The best I have done is lose 3 games in a season, and it's just because I don't like to pay attention to it. If I get into a season that I know I'm the best team in, I'll usually honestly be around like the 10 seed, just because I know in the playoffs that nobody can beat me, so I don't have to pay as close of attention to it during the regular season, so I just don't charge as much, or not charge, but energize as much, and I don't keep my players charged or anything like that, just because I know in the playoffs I can charge, energize, and I'll easily win no matter what seed I am. So I have never had an undefeated season, but a lot of people have, and it is kind of cool to do, but, no special reward, so, in my opinion, not really needed to do. But just my opinion, I'm pretty sure he has had an undefeated season. Did I delete his message? Good. Jimmy doesn't deserve to be in the inbox anyway. Alright. Bruh. Missing my mail last week like a turtle. Turtle Squad Rising. You still good though? What? I shouted out Turtle Squad last video, didn't I? Did I miss his missing my mail? I thought I definitely remember his name, didn't I? I definitely shouted out the Turtle Squad. I don't even know what you're talking about because I looked at your team and everything. Slam it down. Yes, I looked at this team. I looked into the video. Somebody even commented. It was you, I thought. Or somebody commented that the Turtle Squad is an inside joke about your team. So I don't even want to hear it. I deserve an apology. Coneface, I'm expecting an apology. I did not dodge your mail. I shouted out your team. I'm hurt now. That is so uncalled for. It's hurtful. That was near the beginning of the video, too. SMH. All right, moving on to Jeremy. Gotta get that bad taste out of my mouth. Come on, Coneface. I enjoy watching all your vids. You're my favorite YouTuber. I appreciate that, Jeremy. I'm doing the best I can, trying to bring you all this new, exciting information. Exciting? Probably not. I don't know. But all this information, I'm doing the best I can, trying to be original in the best way I can on this mobile app. So I'm glad you like it, and I'll do my best to keep it up. All the support is much appreciated, and it does mean a lot. All right, so moving into Sneaky. Congrats on 500 subs. First time in your giveaway. What is the wheel that you're talking about? Appreciate that you're helping the community grow. Okay, so this was actually yesterday. The giveaway was yesterday. The winner has been determined. I've contacted him, he's contacted me back, so he's definitely winning. He's getting an iTunes gift card, giving him that today. But, okay, so the wheel is in Preston's stream, and it's basically when you can't decide on something, you enter all the possibilities onto the wheel, and then it randomly spins and it selects one. So the way we use the wheel is everyone that was entered into the contest got entered on one of the 7 wheels, and then everyone in the stream got entered into the 8th one, and then we set it up to where if your name comes up on the wheel, you are eliminated. So the last person standing is the winner of that wheel, and then they move on. So basically, the wheel is just a randomized thing that selects the names for us. So, it's no bias or anything like that. Whoever wins, it's just completely random and complete luck. That is the wheel, and it is mean because it does not like me. Just any tips on season? Any trick on tit? I have no idea what he's trying to say with that word. I feel bad, but any tips on season? Okay, so sandbagging kind of works. Not gonna lie, putting in 2 comments kind of works. It's kind of dirty, but it works. I guess I would recommend using 12 or 13. Your 13 best and then 2 commons. Don't have your players charged when you enter the season. Don't have them stat charged. Started at during the night, I guess, would be a recommendation because you'll have less people, more bots. Bots are easy. Look at your competition. If there's somebody you want to avoid, make sure you're a different seed than him, like you're a seed on the opposite side of the bracket, so you can get farther, I guess. But yeah, I would use 2 comments, not have your player stat charge when going into the season. That's about it, though. Seasons are pretty straightforward. It's just about the regular season is just about time, dedication, and then playoffs are where it happens. And it takes a little bit of luck. Starting it at times where not a lot of people are searching is always good. Never start one right after an event because a ton of people just got new cards and are searching for seasons, and you'll get in a loaded season unless you want to kill people's dreams because your team is full of greats. If you have like 15 greats and you want to be really mean to people, just join a season right after an event and just make them cry. But yeah, so those are some season tips, I guess. Not that much you can do to trick a season, though. You trash fam. All right, Ernesto. Appreciate it. He is actually in the party, or in a Twitter DM with me. He loves me, and he's just jealous because the Cubs. I hope they lost. Did they lose? I hope they lose. Just because of that comment, they deserve to lose. SMH. Thank you for shouting me out and for the advice. My pleasure, D'Anthony. Gonna shout out anybody in this video and help out any way I can. I do not know everything, far from it, but if I can help in any way, I am more than happy to help and try to help anybody in the community. And I'll do the best I can in these videos to answer any questions you have, or in any other videos showing ways to get better, and tips and advice or anything. And yeah, just ask me anything and I'll do my best to answer it. Like I said, I don't know everything, but what I do know, I will share with you, basically. Yeah. Love your vids. Right after the vid got out, I got into playoff tier, and you're the main reason I keep on playing this game. Yo, I appreciate it. And, it's funny because that is actually mutual. You all, my subscribers, the channel, my Twitter, everything, you are the reason why I keep playing. So hearing that I'm the reason that you keep playing is awesome, because by far and away you all are the main reason why I keep playing this game, because it is repetitive, but I gotta keep doing it for you all. So, yeah, who is your favorite b-ball player? We going current? Current. I'm guessing we're saying current player because last video I said all time was Shaq. So current NBA player. It's gonna have to be someone from Kentucky. Basically, if you're not from Kentucky, you're not gonna be my favorite player. It's either between Boogie, John Wall, or Rondo are my top 3. I look at Rondo a little differently because he was at Kentucky before I was. Same with Boogie and John Wall, but I'm way closer to their age. They were there the year before me. But so I look at them a little differently because I've met them and stuff like that. But Rondo, I'm strictly a fan of, so I look at him a little differently. And then if we're going, so those are the three Kentucky players that I would say are my favorite. If we're going away from Kentucky, my favorite non-Kentucky player is probably Paul George or Kevin Durant, who I'm hoping goes to the Wizards to team up with John Wall. That's completely irrelevant, but so my favorite overall players are either John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, or Rondo. And then if you take out Kentucky players, we're looking at Paul George or Kevin Durant being my favorite. All right, so we're going to keep on moving. We're going to get to Jabros, and then we're going to take another commercial break. So two more people. Hey, I love your vids. Keep it up. Shout out, please. And do you live in Kentucky? I do. And by the way, go Louisville L1C4. Well, no. No, not go Louisville. L1C4. Losers first, cheaters forever. So let's get it. No, that means Louisville first, cards forever. But, they cheated everything. Got some dirty ADs, some dirty coaches. Just despicable university, in my opinion. No, half my family's U of L fans, honestly. But, losers first, cheaters forever is the U of L motto. Got to get some nice hookers from our team. But yeah, I live in Kentucky. Born and raised in Louisville, actually. And when I'm not at UK, I'm in Louisville, basically. So, yes, 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 yes. Moving on. Last one before the DDP. Getting excited for that Diddy Dance Party. God, I love those. Those are so funny. How many points does it take to get the top 1,000 in RC? And what I need to hot streak? You definitely don't need to hot streak last. It varies everything. I think it took like 4,500 last RC. Something like that. It's been around like 4 to 5,000 RC points, basically. So if you're playing +5, that's 1,000 games. 1,000 games is 5,000 points. So 1,000 games over 4 days, 250 games a day is what you're looking at without hot streaking. And I would say you definitely don't need a hot streak. I didn't hot streak, and I was playing this, kind of playing Lamani, kind of playing Mini-Me to get top 1,000, and I was playing NHL. So, yeah. But that's me. If you don't want to play 1,000 games, because you're looking at around 1,000 is what it's going to take. If you don't want to play that many, you can hot streak, but you definitely don't need to. Far from it, far from it. And what's your favorite game mode on NBA 2K that was ever in the game? That was ever in the game. I mean, honestly, I love my player. Teaming up with 4 friends and playing, at the rec last year or Pro-Am this year, or just going to the park since they put in the park. It's been a lot of fun. And then going back to the first time they put it in and having teams back in the day was awesome. And then you would go in, if you didn't have your friends on, you could go into a lobby and you'd get into a lobby with other people and it would randomly put you on a team, and then you'd go into the game and you'd play that way. That was fun. And then you had teams with rankings. God, I forgot what that was called. How do I forget that? But it's definitely that. But playing with your my player and only controlling one player and relying on your 4 friends is definitely a lot of fun, and by far my favorite game mode in 2K. But that question is answered, so it is time for another DDP. I hope you enjoy. And we are back from the DDP, jumping into Beck Boy. Those dances are hilarious. He tries his hardest, and I just, they just crack me up every single time. Jumping into Rivals Clash. Could you please ask the makers of the game to make the next RC a shooting guard event? By the way, vids are great. I wish I had that type of pull. I really do, Beck Boy. I wish I had the type of pull to do that, but at this point, I don't think they listen to anybody because, we were supposed to be getting polls to vote, and that's apparently gone away, and they're just doing what doing what they do, which is, I don't agree with it. They'll probably make it another center event. So stupid. But it could be a shooting guard. We haven't had a shooting guard in a while. I would expect either a shooting guard or small forward at this event. So fingers crossed. Hopefully you get your shooting guard. It's a good possibility of happening actually. So it could happen. I wish I had that type of pull with the makers of this game though. That'd be pretty legit. We would get some awesome events if I was in control, I think. But I can't join the giveaway. Retweet the tweet. Why can't you? Why can't you retweet? Why can't? What? You must not have a Twitter. Rip. We will. We'll work something out for the next time, because there was a few people that didn't have Twitter. I'll try to work something out in the next giveaway, which there is. There's going to be a ton of giveaways in the future, so don't worry about missing out on that one. More to come, and some pretty cool ones coming up. I got to decide if I want to do one. Kind of undecided if I want to do one, but I definitely know one's coming up in the future that is going to be awesome if it happens soon enough, and that's coming at 1,000 subs or 1,000 followers, whichever one comes first. Going to have a cool giveaway. In my opinion, a lot of hard work going into that giveaway. And then on top of that, I might do another giveaway, but I gotta decide if I want to or not. Gonna be interesting. Yeah, but yeah. Retweet the tweet. Sorry, I'll get you in the next one though. We'll work it out. All right, moving on. Ball. Oh no, wait. Matt Tap. This is a guy accidentally opened and then closed really quick. If you could make one RC or road to the championship card, who would it be? Whoo! I mean, that's a tough question. There's so many possibilities. So many possibilities. I'll answer for both, I guess, just because they're completely different. Rivals clash. Obviously, I would get someone, like, if I had my complete way and, rules didn't matter, I would pick Charles Barkley. But Cat Daddy not having Charles Barkley in the game is not their fault. He's not in the console game either because he refuses to give his rights away to 2K. So they literally cannot make his card or they will get in trouble, which is actually what happened to Rasheed Wallace as well. He has not given his rights. Neither has Reggie Miller. So those three players, I think there's a lot more, but they will never be able to be in a game because they have not given their rights. And that is why they actually had to change the first star road to the championship and take out Rasheed Wallace and put in Tayshaun Prince because he has not given his rights, which is kind of an interesting fact, I guess. But, definitely if I had my complete way would be Charles Barkley. But knowing that his rights are taken out, I would say Allen Iverson definitely deserves a card better than Epic. I think an AI event would be legit. An AIRC would be awesome. I would definitely support it. So that would be my RC and my road to the championship. I guess I would say, the Spurs deserve it. So like Timmy D, or I guess I would have said the Admiral, but another center would be ridiculous. But if I had to just pick one, I would definitely go Dr. J as the road to the championship that I would pick. And then, I'm going to throw in another one. If we're going Goof RC, like a card that clearly doesn't deserve it, if that doesn't matter, I'm throwing Brian Scalabrine in an RC. Let's get it. Let's get a Brian Scalabrine. He is GOAT. He deserves an RC card. In my opinion, I would definitely go for that card. So, that's just my opinion. So we're looking at, maybe Charles Barkley if he ever gives away his rights. Then, on a serious note, AI or as a RC, Dr. J as a road to the championship. And as a side note, just being stupid, Brian Scalabrine as an RC card. So, there's just some ideas, I guess. Keep it moving. Ball is life. You inspire me. Hey, I just wanted to say that I will stand by you and your YouTube channel forever. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't play. So thanks. Yo, that means a lot. You have no idea, because and like I said earlier, if it wasn't for you all, I wouldn't be playing either. So we're motivating each other. Let's keep grinding. This game is winding down, to be honest. Loyalty rewards hopefully start rolling out soon so we can start earning for the next year. And yeah, I'm glad I inspire you. Keep it up, keep playing, keep grinding. I'm going to try to do the same to the best of my ability. It is pretty repetitive though. Alright, with that. Alright, damn, did I delete his message again? My bad. Oh well, I guess it doesn't really matter. This video's going out. Rather get. And we're back. Are you going for Hakeem? That already happened. So I was going for Hakeem, but I got to playing PS4 with Diddy, and during the day it was me, Diddy, and 2K Poly. We went on a little 8-game win streak. Then we took a break. I watched the game, came back. Me, Diddy, and Twista went like 17 or 18 and 1 or something at the park. And by that time, it was so late. But I set my alarms, woke up on the first one, played a game, and was just like, you know what? Doesn't matter that much to me. Not going to keep waking up. So I turned off the rest of my alarms, went back to sleep, and didn't play another Road to the Championship game. But I was initially going for him. I got the second playoff card pretty easily. I had plenty of time to get Hakeem, but I just decided that he wasn't worth it. So that's where I was at. Ball, did I just? Okay, so this is a different Ball's Life. Really, all I have to say is you're awesome. But question: what does it mean when you lock your players? Okay, so locking your players. I don't really need to go to it. I'll go to it. So when you go to lock your players, you go to My Cards. So see this lock right at the top of the screen. When you lock a player, that means you cannot sell him away, train him away, or if you lock a non-pro player, it also means you can't pro that player. And basically, people just do it because when you're grinding really fast, you start to do stuff really quickly and you don't pay complete attention, and they don't want to accidentally train away or charge away or whatever level away a card that they want or need, like I personally did James Harden. So they lock it, so that's no longer a possibility. Also, if you lock a card, you cannot auction him. So to auction him, you have to come back, unlock, and then you can go auction him. But yeah, it's just so people don't accidentally train away their cards and lose their cards on accident. It's just, a nice safety net so you don't make a stupid mistake and regret it like I did with James Harden. But oh, look who it is. Diddy slid into the inbox and he loves me. Who's your favorite MyNBA streamer? Oh, I mean, I gotta go with D-Nice, right, Diddy? I mean, no, I love Diddy. It's Diddy and D-Nice are the only ones that I really watch. So it's definitely one of them. 1A, 1B. I'll give Diddy the nod just because I've been watching him longer and that's my boy. But D-Nice is right up there doing big things. He hit 500 subs, so shout outs to him for that. Congratulations on that. We're growing. He's growing extremely fast on Camcord. Definitely recommend you checking out D-Nice. Always a fun stream. He's streaming tonight. I don't know if my video will be out in time for you all to see this, hear it, and then go. But he's streaming tonight, Tuesday night. He's streaming all the time though, so definitely check one of his vids out or streams out in the future. And if you're not already following Diddy, you're out of here. You're making mistakes with your life. You're not living it right. All right, we're gonna answer and then we're gonna have our final DDP of DDP break, and then the other two will be at the very end of the video. So we're jumping into Hey man, hey bro, just wanted to thank you for answering my question. Should I save my RP and buy a playoff or buy extra packs and pro my blank? I wonder what he was trying to pro. You definitely do not want to pro your Wesley Matthews because having one playoff pro just throws your entire lineup out of balance, and you want a balanced top three, or I find that you will lose a lot. I like to have my top three cards pretty equal, or my top two equal, and then my third one a little bit worse, and then my other two throwaways. It's generally how I set up a lineup. We can go ahead and look. I'll show you my lineup right now because I'm just winning games with this guy. So I have 3 event cards, a rare, and then the MJ event card, Rivals Clash MJ card, Legend, and then Magic, Pippen, and Hakeem. I still have star supports. But yeah, so that's how I set up my lineup. So you don't want to get an unbalanced lineup. So I would say save up your RP and buy another playoff card. During Rivals Clash, they will drop in price. And I can say I would do that, and you all would believe me, because if you look at Mini-Me, I have 4 playoff cards on Mini-Me and not a single pro. So I'm not worried about buying extra packs at all. Strictly focusing on just acquiring cards, and then I'll worry about proing them later. But okay, with that out of the way, it's time for another DDP. Let's get it. Diddy, come on, shake it for us.
Gotta get bumped, let's go.
All right, we're back. We're back and jumping into Nate Stone, who has 4 questions. But yeah, we're definitely gonna have to limit this to 1 inbox per person in the next video, just to give everyone a chance. Jumping into your name, why is your name Lamani? You would have to ask my parents. That is my last name, so that's kind of straightforward, right? My name's Zach Lamani. Kind of why made it Lamani. All right, moving on. I don't know. Why do you like Kentucky? Because I'm from Kentucky, born and raised Kentucky. I bleed blue ever since I was born. Uh, it's all where I've always wanted to go to college. I go to college there. I've, I love Kentucky. It's just who I am. That's me. It's been that way since I can remember. Uh, you know, half my family is U of L, but I was always a Kentucky fan. I was raised right. Shouts to the other dude that was a Louisville fan. Can you show your best 25 card season and quick game deck, please? My best top 25. So my top 25, you mean for Road to the Championship? I mean, I can, but it's not that impressive. I think I have all my cards, and I think I only have 12. Um, I only have 12 playoff pros because I haven't been trying very hard. Where is it? Oh, God. Right here. So, I mean, that's basically it. 12 playoff pros in there. Uh, I have a ton of playoff cards. I'm actually thinking about just leveling or proing some normal ones once I get the RP and wild cards. I have a ton of them to pro. We'll just go into it. So I have been thinking, considering I'm not playing as hard, I'm going to go ahead and probably pro James Worthy, Clyde Drexler, Robert Horry, and Kareem, and Wally Zerbiak. We'll probably all be pro'd. Eventually, I just got to start playing. Definitely going to actually, well, I'm going to start playing road or BTC, trying to save up. I'm going to be opening a super pack and a basic on the first of the month in a video like I did last week, and I'm gonna or last month or this month, whatever. And I'm gonna start playing BTC more so I can open packs, just because it's a lot of fun. People like seeing that type of stuff too. So gotta give the people what they want. So I'm definitely gonna start playing BTC on this account, which will give me a lot more pulls, a lot more RP, and then I'm gonna pro those cards eventually. But that's that. My best top 5 is just 4 event cards, and I only have one playoff pro power forward, so him. Horace Grant, and then 4 event cards is my whatever top lineup. All right. When using enhancements, should I balance it or base it on the card's specializations? So we can look at my cards for that. This is taking a while. But I always increase the card's best stat. So, like you can see, I have playmaking on Magic. I only have 2 on there right now because I only have 2 playoff. We can look in his offense is charged, so his playmaking is actually his best stat. Hakeem, I have his offense, so his offense is way up there. Kobe have his offense. Nothing on Pippen. All these cards aren't really. I don't have anything on there, but I always pro or enhance the card's best stat and make him even more unbalanced. Because while I like a balanced lineup, I like unbalanced players because I choose when to use them, so I can use them for their best stat. A balanced player, in my opinion, just loses to every card that loses in every stat to a card that isn't balanced. Like an unbalanced offensive card will beat a balanced offensive card, and same with defense, rebounding, playmaking. So having a balanced card just loses closer, while an unbalanced card wins. That's just how I look at it. Could be wrong, could be right, but that's how I look at it, at least. Moving on to Derrick Rose fans. Reed, can you kick some of your team so I can join? I'm in star plus plus. Thanks sincerely. Yeah, no. What? That's stupid. What? Why would I do that? That makes literally 0 sense, dude. Sorry, but no. I wonder if he really thought that would happen. That'd be interesting if he actually thought that would happen. What if I did it? That'd be pretty funny. Like, oh, you want in? All right, I'll kick you out. Kick out Boston for you. He doesn't need it. But no. Yeah, that's not. About time you uploaded NHL. Yo, I did it for you. It was all for you. No, but NHL was fun, though. That's the thing. Like, it's more fun to me. Playing Endurance was fun, and I'm happy to put out those videos. The last one actually has gotten more views than the other one, so, I mean, it's kind of bad, but views influence me on what I want to put out because I don't want to put out something that like people don't like. So, because I mean, these videos do take time and they do take effort to make. So, putting out something that barely anybody watches just isn't very time effective. But I mean, it's fun. I'll put out another NHL video soon just for you. Just for you, another NHL video is coming out soon. I'll do a preview of Road to the Championship. Oh, and I'm excited for that because we get to see my top 25 and where it's come because I took a screenshot last Road to the Championship of my our Road to the Championship deck in NHL, and now we'll see this one, and it's going to be so much different. It's going to be awesome. But all right, excited for that. It's just kind of a dumb thing to be excited for. But I am, and definitely more NHL videos coming in the future. Hey, Lamani. Love your vids. Also, if you need someone to grind for the I'll happily join up and go hard. Keep up the good work. Yo, we appreciate that. To be honest, we do, but we're just not. As a team, we don't really care anymore. Uh, Anybody that would grind shouldn't be on our team because we just have stopped trying. I mean, we've had like 4 people try in the last few events and we're just coasting basically. We did what we wanted to do and now we're letting other teams shine. You know, we don't need to win every week. We know what we are. A lot of people know what we are, and now just coasting as a team. It's kind of nice, actually. I can't lie. But all right, moving on to Austin. Do you play NHL Supercard and or WWE Supercard? If you do, what tier are you? So I do play NHL Supercard. I just put out a video the other day. I just cracked Star tier in NHL, so pretty happy about that. I don't really play WWE. You know, I was thinking about playing it. I looked at it, and there's a lot more that goes into playing WWE. It's a lot more time consuming, a lot more intricate, and a lot more technical, I would say, than both my NBA and NHL. And it would take, some getting used to. And a new season of WWE is coming out in a couple months, I want to say. So it would be kind of dumb if I just now started playing that and then it got updated in a couple months. So I am holding off on WWE for now. But I might start playing it when the next season comes out. Still undecided, but something to think about. I do play NHL though, like I said, and I am Star tier. And I'm playoff tier with Mini-Me, and I'm playoff plus with Lamani. So, update on me throughout the games, I guess. Great work. Keep up the great YouTube vids. I love them. I will do my best to keep them up. I am glad you love them. Again, I love all the support that I get. It does mean way more than you all know. So just thank you. It just means a lot. And I'm a grinder and still can't get good cards. It seems I can't grind at certain times because of stuff. Can you help me? I don't know how I could help you. I mean, you can say that, but if you got, a star card took 1,000 points. So if you, that's just play 200 games in a weekend. From Thursday to Sunday, play 200 games during Rivals Clash, and you get a star card. So I don't want to be mean, but grinding is grinding. That's not what you're doing. Isn't grinding. You should have at least every event legend. I mean, that takes 200 points. So playing 40 games, not even playing 20 games, you probably get the legend of every single event. So I'm glad you like the videos. I don't want to be mean, but grinding is grinding, and you just got to put the time in if you want to get better. And it's as simple as that. You can't really get good any other way. You just got to put the time in. Hey man, love your vids. You're the one who pushed me to get to playoff tier, so I want to say thank you. Yo, my pleasure. Glad I could motivate you to get to playoff tier, and congrats on getting to playoff tier. Let's look at the lineup. You got this freebie Al Horford, so congrats. Looking like you got the best spec, so that is always good to get the best spec. So congratulations and way to make it to playoff tier. And we'll look at the next one. How do we enter that giveaway you said on Twitter? You just had to retweet my pinned tweet. If I see someone trying to enter, really, really trying and putting forth an effort to enter, I will manually put them in. Some people are retweeting the wrong tweet, and if I notice it, and if someone retweets 3 tweets, likes some stuff, and starts retweeting the stuff that's coming out new, I go ahead and put them in. He was one of them. He retweeted the wrong tweet, but I manually put him in I manually put like 7. I manually put in like 10 or 12 people that wouldn't have been in, because, for either retweeting the wrong tweet or quoting the tweet, because quoting the tweet is actually not the same thing as retweeting it, and I have to manually put you in. So that is, that kind of gets confusing, and then people retweeting the wrong tweet. But the tweet, whenever I do a giveaway, the tweet that you will have to retweet to enter, and it will always be that case, will be pinned to my profile. So if you click my profile on Twitter, it will be at the top of the page, and you'll just have to retweet that tweet, and that'll get you in. All right. So hopefully that clears up confusion on that, and be sure to actually tweet it. I know a lot of people quote it, and that's awesome, like giving their 2 cents on it, but it does make it a little bit harder. And never retweet a quoted tweet. Always retweet my tweet, because if you retweet a quoted tweet, that sends the person that sent out the quoted tweet, not me. All right, that's getting confusing. But basically, the tweet that you'll have to retweet every time will be pinned to my profile. All right, that's really confusing. I admit that. But all right, it's a lot simpler than it sounds. But we did it, guys. We made it to the end. 50 inboxes down. Couldn't be happier that it was full. It was a lot of fun for me. I'm scared to see how long this video how long it lasted. But it is done. It is done. We did it. Couldn't be happier. It's probably about like 45 minutes, which honestly isn't bad. We kind of moved through the questions pretty fast. I appreciate everyone that was in the inbox, and I look forward to people being in my inbox for next Tuesday. Can't wait to start getting those questions. And if it starts to fill up, we might have to start thinking about doing this twice a week. But for now, we're going to stick with once a week, every Tuesday. I appreciate everyone that came in, though. Everyone that comes into the inbox is much appreciated. Obviously, this video would be stupid without you all, and I wouldn't even get to do this series. And I actually have fun answering your questions. And yeah, feel free to ask me anything and everything. Doesn't have to pertain to the game. Try not to get me in trouble with equal rights. It's kind of iffy subjects. Yeah. Appreciate all the love and support. Be sure to like, sub, and follow on Twitter at Lamani YouTube. And I'll see you, and enjoy the Diddy dance party to close out the video, and I'll see you next time. Peace.